Hello and welcome back to Adventure's Edge Heroes of the Vale, episode 6.
6 already.
6 already. Yeah, it goes fast.
Does.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Can I have some cymbals to play along?
To the opening.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think that would
this
really.
room is so wide open. It wouldn't.
Yeah.
That would create some audio spikes. I don't think that'd be pleasant.
You want dogs to bark? I'll get them going.
Let's go with a little like pinky versions of them. Ting.
Yeah, like little castanets.
Like
I do.
that.
I
Yeah.
have some finger cymbals upstairs.
There you go.
They're,
Next
they're the
time.
size of pixies. So
Then they would be a full symbol for a fairy.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
waiting to see if she'd react.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I was already thinking about running upstairs to get my finger cymbals.
Did you say they were the size of a pixie?
I did
He
specifically
did.
to see how she'd react, but she was too distracted.
I was
by the joy.
in my head thinking about the. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, all right. Well, we had our first table talk session, which that seems like that went stunningly.
It went well.
You know.
Are we level 2?
Oh, God.
I can't remember.
No.
No, not yet.
You weren't listening.
I wasn't.
No.
After I heard no, I stopped listening.
If you want to find out about experience, listen to Table Talk.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see if we get any actually more of those recorded in the future. But for now, we're going to dive in. We've got a lot of ground to cover. We've got a town to save. And I'm curious, do we have a summary?
Yeah. I think Tommy's got the summary today.
Tommy's got the summary. Oh, I'm excited. Brace for it.
All right. So we was at the tree, and then a creature with leathery wings descended onto my friend Bramble and grievously bit her, right? And then so we were able to defeat it, found out later it was a teetzel worm, something like that. And then we destroyed the nest, and by we, I mean Trunk, his pike, and Zinnia's just brute strength. Just absolutely ripped it apart. And then we decided to walk north to the ruins, and while walking, we met a pixie, Tommy's first pixie that he's ever met. He knew immediately it was lying to us, and he was on his guard. He caught it a couple of times, but then he may have fell asleep. That he's not particularly proud of. And much to his chagrin, it was not a corpse when he woke up. It was able to turn invisible and escape. And that's the first time Tommy's ever thought of murder. So, yeah. And that's what happened.
And now is the only thing Tommy thinks about.
Oh, man. Yeah, that whole encounter was hilarious, and it made me also feel a little bad.
Actually, on my watch, I checked my stress app, and I can look through the data. And last Sunday, around this time, my watch was like, something's going on.
Yeah.
You seem a little stressed.
You were perturbed. That's the word. You were perturbed.
Yeah, there's veins in my neck I never knew about. Yeah, no, I was, but yeah, it was funny. My watch actually did say, you should do some breathing exercises.
But out of all this, we learned something about pixies versus fairies, and not to put them all in the same.
Yes, two distinct groups. That's what we did learn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we got the potion back, so.
You did.
Right.
You did. That's really what it's all about. Learning and growing. And
So, yeah, let's get to it.
let's get to it indeed then. So yeah, after that episode, you did continue walking. And as I recall, you were going to head towards the lake, traveling in a northeasterly fashion with the intent to navigate around the lake, whatever, to the eastern side. But you were going to get to the body of water to help navigate the rest of the way. That's what I'm recalling.
That is correct.
Perfect. And as far as the time, 'cause I believe that was, if you look at your map here, so I'm revealing the map of the Hollywood and where the party is. We've got a cute little party marker. The way I'm looking at it, it's about a league and a half. So it's going to take you a couple hours to get to the lake. So no worries. You guys are feeling probably pretty confident in your navigation of this forest. But let's just get a good survival check from the dwarf. I believe he was a reluctant leader.
14.
Okay, that is perfectly adequate.
Thank you. I'm perfectly adequate. That's what my mom said about me.
Okay. Well, you walk about an hour or so. Let's see, at this point, trying to think about the daytime. I believe we're getting towards midday. I think it's about almost lunchtime.
Sure.
Yeah, something like that.
My stomach will tell me if it's lunchtime.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, getting towards lunchtime, and you're doing a great job of navigating. When
Thank you.
you collectively hear, in the not too distance, the sounds of discordant music.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Bramble.
Yeah, what kind of music is that?
Bramble, what is that?
I am not sure.
Bramble, I don't like that.
I don't particularly like it either.
Is it a march?
You can make a perception check, Bramble.
Give me a second.
We need some elevator music to inject.
That is 14.
14. All right. Yeah, you can. You recognize some panpipes, and then it sounds like there's a fellow lute player out there,
Ah.
and you think somebody with maybe more medium-sized cymbals
Instead of the tiny ones,
instead
you
of
mean?
the tiny
Okay.
ones. And it does sound like they're trying to play a song, and they need practice.
Yeah.
It is a little bit to the east, probably within maybe a couple hundred yards away. What would you like to do? It is not in your direct path.
It doesn't sound like anything sinister per se. Perhaps if you would like, we could check it out.
Is there any chance, and I mean any, that there's a pixie over there?
I suppose it is possible.
I would like to avoid that confrontation, but we can go over if that's what you would like.
We all hear different instruments, right?
Yeah, you can kind of
Yeah,
make them
pick
out.
up that.
I just let Bramble roll
Sure.
specifically because they're the
That's
bard,
her thing.
and that could
That's his.
describe that. But yes, you can all hear it. I wasn't gonna make everybody roll.
Sure.
I think that maybe we should check it out, and because they could probably use some pointers. They're really bad.
I was thinking that maybe they do need some assistance.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. You can go ahead and lead the way then.
I don't think it's hard to follow the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
speak their
suppose.
language.
I suppose I could do that.
Okay.
Let's go.
Then Bramble takes the lead, diverting a little bit towards the music, and very quickly making your way through this magical forest. You come into a small glade filled with some down trees that have been kind of carved into places to sit. And in this little glade are 5 fawns. And Bramble, you immediately recognize 2 of them.
Oh,
Your, I guess, longtime friends, Birch and you.
yes.
Yeah. Along with some others. I don't know how diverse the fawn community is. Maybe you can tell us, do all the fawns know each other in the wood?
I would say we don't necessarily know everyone, but there's a sense of community even if you haven't met someone before.
Okay. Well, the other 3 maybe then are not necessarily your friends, but we'll say you know their names. It's Walnut, Sundew, and Spice.
I see. Yes.
So as soon as you walked up towards them, they were actually by the time you get you come to this old glade. The music had kind of stopped playing, and they were just bickering at each other. And they're sitting there kind of arguing, and you walk in, and you're standing there, and it takes them a long moment before one of them looks, and then Birch says, "Oh, it's Bramble." And then they all stop and look and focus on you and your entourage behind you. And Birch comes running over. I mean, do fawns hug? Do you headbutt? What's the proper fawn greeting?
I suppose we do hug instead of headbutt. Yes, I feel like that's reserved for younger fawns. It's more of a roughhousing play thing.
Well, I was thinking maybe not an aggressive headbutt, but instead of a handshake, more of a, like you kind of knock horns. But I don't know. We're making this up as we go. So Birch gives you a big hug and says, "Bramble, what are you doing here?" And, "Oh, hey, it's Trunk." And then looks and says, "Oh, I presume he knows Zinnia too, if Zinnia's friends with."
Yeah, I know him.
Wow. That's Zinnia.
Hey, Birch.
I'll pick them both up and add to the earth of the hug.
All right. Well, then, you comes over and says, Hey, what are you? You're a long ways. I heard that you wandered off and hadn't been seen for days."
Yes, we're actually on a sort of mission right now. We're trying to find ingredients to provide a cure for sickness for some of the people in Raven Rock.
"Oh, well, that's fun. We're composing music to play for the Ermine King at the next summer festival. We're going to have front stage to play."
Wow, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, good luck to you.
"It's terrible."
Well, we did hear you playing from a whiles away. Is there anything we can do to help with the preparation?
One of the other ones, you think it's Spice. "Well, if they would just listen to me, we would be fine. But nobody wants to work together. Wait, aren't you a bard? Do you play?"
I do indeed, yes.
They all start looking and they quickly huddle up. And then they turn and say, "Do you think you could give us some tips and maybe orchestrate us? It won't take too long."
I turn towards the group. What do you guys think? I know we are under a bit of a time constraint, but...
Oh, I think we got the time. They sound dreadful.
I don't think there's enough time in the world for you to help this bunch.
So I'm going to have to eat my lunch listening to this.
I suppose it might decrease your appetite a little. I do apologize.
You have a king? I didn't know there was a king.
There are many kings.
Oh,
Many, many kings in the Feywood.
must be confusing.
No, that's the what's his name? The Green King?
The Ermine King.
The Ermine King. Yeah, the big king, the big festival, the annual. No,
No,
right? You know what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about, Bramble.
Yes, I do. There's a festival, yes.
The annual summer festival.
Yes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Really, the best thing about the woods is we have a party all the time.
so you just come up with kings just to have parties?
No, just the main king,
I don't know who the main king is.
the Ermine King.
I've never met him.
No, of course you haven't.
Do you bow?
We don't bow.
Is he in charge of everything?
I mean, he just gathers all the Fae.
Oh, to party?
Yeah. And so we all know each other and stuff.
Okay.
I don't really know.
I'm going to go eat something.
Can I have another good berry?
Sure.
So Birch will say, "So, Bramble, who are your friends?"
Well, Zinnia and Trunk. This here is Daroon, and this is Tommy.
Birch will come over to shake your hands, kind of eyeing your feet.
Hello.
"Hi there."
You better let Tacorda smell you.
All right. He will come over and turn around and bend over.
Tacorda will get up right up in there.
"Well,
This is a wolf, not a dog.
friends of Bramble are friends of ours. That's what I always say. Break out some wine and let's play." So there's an opportunity for all of you to kind of get comfortable there and have your lunch while Bramble attempts to sort out this musical mess.
Bramble, please, dear Lord, help them.
I will do my best.
I will have lunch, but I will not have any wine or any kind of alcohol.
I don't drink, but thank you.
All right.
And then just relax and watch the happenings.
Okay, well, it looks like Bramble, you're on your own then to sort this out. So the five of them have some music, and they ask for your assistance, and you're going to try to get them in shape and how to play together. So this is going to require a perform check on your part,
All right.
possibly a couple different perform checks.
And I'm going to sit over by Tommy and Dayrun and talk crap about
Oh, yeah.
Bramble's friends, about how they're really just a bunch of trouble. And
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
'Cause you know some things.
yeah,
I was wondering. There seemed to be something there.
well, I think Bramble's great, but I just think those two are, trouble. Ooh, nice.
That is 26.
Wow.
Eddie Van Halen.
Well, I will tell you, Bramble, and I'm not afraid to tell people the DCs, by the way. I will frequently do that. This was a DC 25 check to
Oh.
get them in order, and I figured it was going to take you a little while. But
Well-
honestly, you come up and you immediately see why they're not working well together. And I don't know, reposition them, put the music sheets the correct way, give some direction.
They just like they were upside down the whole time.
This is what you call a chord.
Tell Spice not to keep hitting the tambourine at the wrong time, and within, I would say, in less than an hour, you have them sounding downright presentable, and you think that they will be on the path to performing at least in a pleasing manner. They still are going to need practice, but they're able to work together. So that is pretty amazing.
Very good.
You know what? I'm just going to award you guys a silver experience for that, for diverting and nailing it in one.
Well, we deserved it by listening to that before. Before
It's
Bramble got
just payment.
there. Right.
Trunk sits down to start working on creating his heart tree lance, figuring this is going to take a while, and carves 3 portions, then goes, oh wow, that took literally no time.
Oh, that's right. And actually, we spoke off air afterwards. After the heart tree event, you had found a branch that you were going to kind of carve down into a shorter spear, right?
A more wieldy one.
More wieldy one, yeah. Do you have? I don't suppose you have any crafting skill.
I have a high wisdom. And that has gotten me this far in life.
If you give me some good shale, I can make you possibly. I have stonework as a craft. I could maybe make a nice tip.
Well, I assume you're going to use the tip from the pike.
Oh,
Yep.
Right.
Pike.
Yep, just
Oh,
transfer it
that's-
over.
Yeah. Well, also, I was also thinking. I know the whole point is you wanted to make it out of the heart tree wood,
Mhm.
but I was also thinking whether or not this would work in real life. You could just hack off 3 feet of the pike and make it a long spear, and have an interim weapon while you continue to craft something more memorable.
That sounds very intelligent. And Trunk might think about that in the middle of combat at some point.
After it breaks off, you're like, oh.
Look at that. I wanted a shorter spear and it just happened.
We'll get. You know what? Give me a quick craft check. And then
Sure.
we'll move along. See how well that's coming along.
That would be a 20.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you'll have this done probably in another day.
Things get done fast with this group.
They do. You guys are really efficient.
I realized that the concert preparation is going to take way less time and I just start working faster.
Well, nicely done.
Perhaps you were inspired by Bramble's
Good
good work.
Trunk loves everything Faye, whether
There you
it's
go.
good, bad, tricky, confusing, all of it's great. The whole encounter with the pixie, delightful. Can't wait to be robbed again.
All right. Well, then you wrap that up, and you feel a little bit refreshed. And Bramble, all your friends come and Oh, I can't wait for the party. We're going to tell them, oh, they're so happy and give you hugs. And nice to meet you.
Are we invited to this party?
Well, it's like they can't invite you. You can't just like invite yourself.
They'll all look
Understood,
awkwardly
though.
and nice to meet you.
It's kind of a Fae only thing.
Oh, I see. So it's not inclusive.
It's really not. It would probably be dangerous.
Would I scare them?
No. So not all Fae are very welcoming
Oh,
to non-Fae.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's okay. Dwarves are the same way.
Yeah. There are some Fae that would maybe try to not just steal from you or trick you. They might like try to like kill you or enslave you or yeah.
And you just let them hang out with everybody else? And
Well-
you party with them?
Only at the big party. That's kind of one of the points of that we have to get together.
But there's like evil, though, right? I'm trying to understand. I'm not trying to be like condescending or everything, but that's a big word for me. You understand, like there's good and evil. Like it's not okay to hurt people and like murder people and
Well,
Like
it's
innocent
kind of
people?
like, you know, how the human people are cutting down the forest.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like that.
Okay.
Okay, so we equate the enslavement and murder of people to cutting down trees, and that seems perfectly reasonable. To
Well,
me.
I kind of just I still don't understand because I don't live that life, but obviously the trees are a living thing to them. So they see it as murder because they are innocent lives.
Did you see Trunk communing with the heart with the
I did.
I'm just
I mean, I as a druid understand being one with nature and understanding everything has a life force.
All right.
So are we ready to go? Or?
At this
Sorry,
point,
Tommy.
you have been walking for some time, and we'll segue from that, Druid, because I assume you're kind of taking the lead, and you figure you must be getting pretty close to Pelican Lake.
I smell the water.
Yeah, you can smell the water, and you all start hearing it. I'm not going to make you make checks here, but you hear the sound like an animal cry. And you can make nature checks to identify what it is. It sounds like it's up ahead. You've come across a game trail.
I guarantee I know what that is.
I got a 22.
Hmm.
I've never known anything my whole life, but I know this.
17.
26.
I only got a 10.
You
so
had it on your
I'm
little
not helpful
farmer
this
wheel
time.
that you pulled. And
Well, hopefully it's a water
Trunk. Did you roll?
No, I just like to follow and see what happens.
Okay. You know what? Even Bramble, the DC was remarkably low. That is the sound of a fox. And it's a sound. Well, but what I'll give you, the people who hit the 20, that is the sound of a fox in pain.
Is Nipper?
Yeah,
Around?
yeah. So as you're kind of approaching, Nipper starts to whine a little bit and perk up, and Nipper's little nose like points in the direction down this game trail towards the lake.
would Corda understand that is perhaps like a predator call? Like some animals when they're in distress, you know, like your dog perks up when it understands things in distress. I mean, I'm sure a wolf as a predator would understand possibly something in pain and go, oh, this is exciting.
Yeah, Quarter would definitely respond to that.
Okay.
I was in here. I think that's a fox.
Yeah, I know it's a fox. I'm already gone.
Zinnia.
So
I'll
I've
take off after
adjusted your
Zinnia.
map to Pelican Lake here, and you're at the bottom of the screen there, coming up a game trail.
Yeah, I see blackness.
Yeah, you gotta zoom in.
No, I am zoomed in.
Oh, the bottom at the bottom. Oh yeah, I see blackness. I see our names, but
Yeah, but blackness.
Blackness.
Have you taken my sight?
yep.
The fox was a trick.
Yep, that's right. Darkness.
Hmm.
Maybe as far as fog of war.
I don't think there's any war on here.
No, because what is that good for?
Absolutely nothing.
We were there. We were right there.
Huh.
It's automatic to a map unless you take it off. Like
All right. Silly
It's-
roll 20.
there are good things and bad things.
All right, there we go. Starting to reveal, and we'll just kind of reveal the path, and I won't reveal everything because this is another large map coming to you by Maps Inc.
I'm super shocked that you have a large map.
All right, there you go.
So yeah, I heard the cry and I took off.
Okay,
So
so I mean, you're taking off at speed.
yep.
So Zinni goes darting off. What do the rest of you do? What, Bramble? What do you do?
I follow Zinnia, but at a slower pace. I am not as concerned as she seems to be.
All right, so Zinni, are you functionally now? You're flying. Are you trying to are you double moving?
Oh yeah, I'll double move. So that's actually that's a double move for me.
So Zinni has flown like halfway up the map. Bramble's following. Trunk.
Yeah, I'll walk alongside the others, kind of looking to Tommy and Daerun. Yeah, we have often debated attaching little bells to Xenia and the other fairies because they just go.
All right, then Tommy, what are you doing?
I'm gonna run.
Okay.
I'm trying to catch up to Xenia.
Okay, so
So-
you can basically triple move. And Daerun.
I'm going to send Corda ahead. Corda, go follow. Go find it. Don't hurt anything, though. And then I'm going to start running. Say, for the love of God. And just start hoofing my little dwarven legs as fast as I can.
I'll pick up pace and run and just kind of hoist Daerun and
I hope.
All right, so
You had mentioned a triple move, and I apologize, but I don't have movement listed, so I'm not entirely sure how.
So
Or I do
your
move.
base rate rules time as a medium creature is 30 feet unless you are wearing heavier armor, which I don't think you are right now.
No.
So your movement is not impeded. So a double move is when you spend your round moving 60 feet. You spend both your actions and you move. If you are not encumbered, you can run and you can do a triple move. So basically you can go 90 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just did that
Okay.
on the map.
All right. The only thing, with running, you basically have to go in a straight line.
No, well, that's
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah.
The Terminator T-1000.
Okay. So we've got the parties separating slightly, leaving Daerun a little bit behind, doing his best to keep his little legs going. And,
Well, I thought
Trunk
Truck
lifted me up, and
grabbed him.
oh, okay.
I have nothing wrong with that. I'm not a prideful man when it comes to that. Any help I can get.
Okay, then, and you're just going to continue going. So, Zinni, you will get, you're faster than everybody, obviously.
I'm actually not faster than Tommy running.
Mm-hmm.
My fly speed is 40, so double would be 80.
Corda's 50.
Oh,
Speed, so-
yeah. Okay.
But I gave Corda to just follow Zinnia, which will be funny to watch because I don't know if she can find you.
All right, then, tell you what, I'm going to move you guys up on the map here, and we'll just have Trunk and Bramble and Daerun be slightly behind.
As Trunk has, he's just got me in his arm. Is that what I would imagine?
kind
Kind of like holding.
probably like
I'm
hoist
thinking-
you up to whatever
Yeah,
position
I'm
you're
thinking-
comfortable.
Oh,
Whether
yeah, I
it's
was thinking there's got to be a better way of being held instead of like a football or something. Yeah.
Oh, I was totally imagining a football hold.
Yeah.
I absolutely was.
There. I was right there.
help you climb up on my shoulders.
Yeah. We'll have to have some kind of. You'll get down one knee and I'll just launch. on
Sounds
your back.
perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
Or piggyback.
Well, there are limits to my pride. Let me get up on your shoulders
Okay, that would be hilarious too.
until I hit like branches because he's.
Yeah.
All right, then let's do this. Have Tommy and Zinnia make a perception roll. You're coming up to where there's a break in the trees. You can see the beautiful blue of Pelican Lake out ahead. The sun is streaming down on this nice, clear, cool day. And they're pretty much on the, not quite sand, it's more like a mud patch leading to the water. You see the fox. And what'd you get, Zinnia?
19, which is really excellent for me.
That is excellent. Tommy?
19, which is also very good for me.
Perfect. Okay, so yeah, as you get to the break in the trees, you see the fox, probably about 10 feet from the water, just crying and yelping. But the thing that you immediately see is that its back left paw is like in a bear trap.
Okay.
What do you do?
Well, there's not much I can do about a bear trap.
I'll come up to the bear trap. My intention is I would like to look at the ground on my way up to make sure I don't step in a bear trap.
Okay, so you slow and like slowly approach. Like you slow down and be a little cautious.
Yeah.
Okay.
But my design is to get to the fox.
Going to look up at Daerun. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10 that this is just the pixie pulling another prank.
Okay.
Oh,
6 out of 10, huh?
I will tell. I'm
take
going
those
to tell Nipper not to approach. Actually, at this point, in case there's another trap, and so I'm going to ask Nipper to stay
So
back
it's a
in the tree
trap.
line.
Okay.
So I'm going to have Nipper stay, but I will approach and not land on the fox, but then try and fly above him and try and calm him. And
All right, Tommy, give me. Do you have survival?
That's a good question.
Okay, just give me a perception check since you were specifically looking at the ground.
That's a nat 20, so that's 23. It's as good as I can do.
All right. So you notice as you get, I would say, within 10 feet, and you're kind of slowly kind of walking and looking, you notice that there are footprints in this area. Like we'll do survival to have you sort of do tracking, but you see them because it's a bit muddy here.
Mm-hmm.
There's humanoid-sized footprints, like booted humanoid,
Mm-hmm.
in the mud near that trap as you kind of approach. You don't see any other traps, but it may give you pause or something. I mean, obviously somebody laid a trap here, so.
Mm-hmm. Do they look particularly fresh, these?
Yes.
So I'll say out loud to Zinnia, someone's been here recently. So I don't know if they're leaving a fox as a bit of a trap, but can't leave him like this.
no, of course we cannot leave him like this. I'm trying to calm the fox so that we can help him.
And my plan is to open the bear trap.
All right. So as soon as you start messing with the bear trap, Zinnia, give me a handle animal to calm the fox.
That is a 23.
Nice. Okay. So you start whispering calming words to the fox. Do you land next to it?
No, I'm hovering.
Okay. A couple things are going to happen. An arrow comes whizzing out from somewhere
Mhm.
at Tommy. Uh-oh. I have reintegrated all my dice to the tray. So I'm not even sure which one I just rolled, but that is a natty 20.
That misses.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a fun little,
The new
fun little
P6.
game roll. P6 roll, natty 20s.
You roll
absolute
two
misses.
20s in a row to crit.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Okay, I'm going to roll to confirm that crit.
Okay, go ahead.
What is your flat-footed AC, Tommy?
16.
16. Okay. That's unfortunate. That actually does not confirm. You're flat. So what are you wearing? What's your armor? What are you wearing?
I'm wearing boiled leather, and then I've got a leather cap.
Nice. Okay, so the crit does not confirm,
Mhm.
which is actually really good. However, that is going to be 10 points of damage
Okay.
as a arrow just like penetrates into your armor, cutting deep, and I would imagine eliciting some noise from you.
Sure.
He says calmly. And at that point, also, you hear it's like a whistling cry. You can also make nature checks if you want to identify what it is.
That's a 14.
I got a 9.
-8.
So I think that you still have the old penalties on. It should only be -5.
-3.
Okay. That's still a lot of negative.
I rolled a 2, and
Oh.
I have
Yeah, okay, that'll do it.
That'll do it.
Yeah. I don't know.
The only thing I knew is that I have an arrow sticking out of me.
You do, yeah. And then Darren.
9.
Okay. So Zinnia, you recognize it immediately. That is a whistling sound. It sounds like a hawk, but you immediately identify it as like a hawk call, which is immediately followed up by a hawk screech, which might elicit a degree of terror from you.
Mm-hmm, it does.
Because from the tree to your east, a hawk who had been perched and somewhat concealed in one of the upper branches screeches and is going to dive bomb you.
Okay.
And it's going to try to do a little flyby attack to grab you up in its wings and carry you away.
It's not going to grab me in its wings.
I said that, didn't I?
You did.
Grab you and take you away with its little claws.
That would be more accurate.
All right. That is not a natural 20. That is only a 14. What is your flat-footed AC?
So, why is it flat if I heard the hawk screech and the hawk whistle? And
Because you haven't got to act yet.
I still think that that's a bunch of hooey.
It is a mechanical
Noted.
system. Duly noted.
So that would, yes.
That hits.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then talons tear into your little body. The hawk is actually
You're not even on your feet.
I know.
Like you're in the air.
I know.
The name doesn't even make
I
any
know.
sense.
The whole thing
Flat
is
winged.
yeah. The whole
Flat
thing
winged.
is a bunch of.
It's trying to give you so they have an element of surprise.
I know,
to you.
but I just heard there's no surprise here. I'm
Well,
aware of
it-
what's about to happen, and you're like, oh, you're surprised. No, I'm not surprised.
well, it's not a surprise. See, the difference is it's not really a surprise round per se. But
No, I'm tired of your excuses. Go on.
Is it because you haven't had time to react to defend yourself in a
yeah,
way?
you have not. You heard the shriek, panic sets in, you look around, and the next thing you know, there's a hawk there in your face.
That you watch fly off of the tree,
Careful, this is
move
not-
several hundred of
I'm not
feet,
doing
and then
this.
come
I'm
up to
doing
you.
this.
well, you could do that and it'd still fit.
Okay. Go on with your bad self,
This is the
sir.
Charlie Brown teacher.
Go on.
All right. Well, the hawk rakes you, does not get purchase, and does only a point of damage. I rolled minimum damage for you. Should be thankful,
I am not thankful.
not thankful.
I'm surly.
And then it is going to fly up and circle around. So it did a little hawk flyby. And we are now going to start. We're going to start with Tommy because Tommy, you have an arrow sticking in you.
I do. I'm not in a good spot here, but I am going to get the fox out of that trap. That's what I'm going to do with my turn. I'm going to save the fox.
No, Tommy.
I'm going to save the fox.
All right. Give me a strength check.
A strength check. I'm really strong, though. Nat 20, so that is a 23.
You are really
I
strong.
am saving this fox.
Tommy clenches through the pain with the arrow biting into his shoulder, blood trickling down, and you're like, the adrenaline courses through. You kneel down, you grab both sides of those jaws, and I mean, people should be impressed. You just like, just separate it out. The fox quickly, gets free and hobbles, about 5 feet away from the trap, just kind of whimpering.
All right, get out of here, buddy. And then if I get to do anything else, I'd like to turn it at least. That way I can get the next one kind of center mass.
Give me a perception check because I will not say you didn't see where the arrow came from.
14.
Yeah, you don't see your assailant, Darun.
I don't really see the assailant either. I
No,
just hear the
you were
chaos.
you and the others were still kind of just coming out of the tree line, obviously looking at. You didn't have a line of sight on who the assailant was.
Sure.
All you saw was an arrow suddenly protruding from Tommy.
Is Trunk considered like
A vehicle.
treacherous terrain? Is he considered like, I want to get off of, like, slide down or wiggle my way out of Trunk? I don't know how he's holding me, I guess.
As
I wanna
Darun's
get
mount,
off of-
I will make it as easy as possible for him to climb off of.
Okay. All right. So you just kind of release
And-
him. So you slide to the ground.
And then I don't know where this is coming from, so I want Corda to defend, like, get near. Basically, I want to get Corda to go towards Quarter to go try to find the assailant. So, seek.
Do you have the seek?
Yes. So I don't know if getting her to smell where this is coming from.
Have Quarter make a perception check.
20 unnatural.
All right. So Quarter looks around. You see her kind of point to the west on the map, nose in the air, and go bounding off in the direction here.
And if I could I would like to say, he's that way, or it's that way. Follow Corda, and then just grab 3 pebbles, and I am going to start moving if I have any movement. That's my turn. Basically, going to follow where Corda went.
All right, so you shout out to Quarter command. You drop. You grab 3 pebbles, and then I'll say you can move half your distance towards
where Corda is going.
Okay, so you break out of the trees. There we go, and you get there, looking towards where Quarter is. Okay, Zinnia, what do you do?
I am going to cast magic missile at the fleeing hawk.
Wow. Okay, nice. All right, a magic missile goes screaming up towards the hawk, easily finding its target.
Zinnia does not like other things that can fly.
No, I like the idea, though. I mean, you don't have to worry about trying to hit it. I mean, it hits.
3 points.
3 points of damage. That hawk shrieks in pain, and you see a good chunk of feathers come blasting out of its wing. You don't down it, but you heard it.
And then I retreat to a tree cover.
All right, Bramble.
Goodness. I'm gonna inspire courage.
Okay. Are you gonna move up, or are you gonna stay where you're at?
I'm gonna stay.
All right, so Bramble, you step up, and with a amazing strum of your lute,
Yes.
begin singing heroic inspirations to your allies, granting them +1 to
Attack.
Yes.
And +1 on morale.
Yep.
You got this.
Fear against fear and charm. No.
Yes.
Okay.
All of that.
Okay.
Very Snow Whitish. I was
I was waiting for
through
you
the woods.
to bust out there, but
It was very Disney.
Oh, you want
princess.
me to actually
I
sing
thought
or
that was
something?
brilliant. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, give me something heroic.
Okay, next time.
Leave Rochelle's singing in, please.
We don't need that.
Oh no, that's staying in. That's gonna be a drop.
Cut it and loop it.
Okay, Trunk. Bramble begins inspirationally playing. What do you do?
I'm going to walk through Nipper, give Bramble a pat, and then come up behind Tommy, who looks to be a little bit more wounded than he'd like, and just grab his shoulder, put pressure at the base of the arrow, pluck the arrow out, and cast a healing spell on him.
All right. So you are gonna. Well, that may be more than you can fully do. I mean, so you move up, and I'll need a heal check to pull that arrow out.
I'm just going to pull it out.
I understand that.
Okay.
How well you pull it out dictates how much he suffers.
An
I
arrow
mean, I'm
could break.
healing in the process, so.
Okay.
That is a 11.
It leaves a scar or not.
Scars are good for fighters.
Okay. So you go jogging up behind Tommy. Tommy, Trunk's bedside manner might need a little improvement, but he just basically reaches in, grabs it without much care,
Sure.
and tears that arrow out of your body.
That's fine.
I mean, the upside is it's not a barbed arrow, which could have caused. This is actually, it was a pretty simple, pretty simple flat arrow. So it tears out of your body. You do take 2 points of damage from it, the way he removed it from you.
Okay.
And then he is casting.
I heal him 9.
Okay. So, and you actually rolled. So
Yep, Cure Light.
Okay, because you do have to roll in combat. You rolled an 8.
Yeah, I just rolled.
Okay, I just
Out of
making
combat,
sure.
you don't need to roll.
Yeah.
In combat, you need to roll.
Wow. Okay, so rips it out of your body.
Yeah,
and-
so I Vision got black for a moment when he ripped the arrow out. But I'm good.
And then healing energies course through it. It's amazing how quickly a wound can sort of suture itself back up. And your vision is starting to clear. And it is now your assailant's turn. Well, first we're going to do the hawk. The hawk is going to, Zania, I didn't even see where you went. Oh yeah, there you are.
Shh, you didn't see.
All right. The fox is going to limp a little bit this way. It's not running. It's like hobbling. The hawk, you hear another whistle, and the hawk is kind of demoralized, but it is going to come down and try to rake. Actually, you know what? It is going to come down and get into, it's going to get into Tommy's face. So as your vision is not even starting to clear, there's a hawk there, just like trying to claw your eyes out.
Does your hide have like a target, like literally painted on it?
Yes, all right.
It is injured. It is fluttering, and neither of its claws find purchase.
In the face. Punch it in the face.
And the assailant now is going to fire a shot at Corda. That is only, though, going to be a 9 against Corda. So,
No dice.
yeah. Corda obviously can't tell everybody else, but it knows that the hunter is treed and has approached that tree. And he fired down from the branch and stuck it into the ground next to him. So, Tommy, I mean, you're still hurting. You're probably going to have a little scar there, but you're feeling infinitely better, except for now there's a hawk in your face, like trying to claw at you.
Okay. Well, the only weapon I have out is my brass knuckles. So
Sure.
I'm gonna punch
Punch you a hawk,
Yeah, I'm gonna punch me a hawk.
as one does.
Maybe. It's a 15.
That is the AC of the hawk.
Oh, good. Does that mean I hit
It means you hit.
Okay.
Yeah. Give me some damage.
That's 6 points of damage.
TKO, man. All right. You punch that hawk like right in the beak.
Mhm.
And you hear a little crack, and you immediately knocked it out. Like it just drops. I mean, as far as you know, it's dead, but it drops at your feet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure you feel a little vindicated.
So, can I move at all?
You can, yeah.
Can I scoop up the hawk by the foot as I move?
Scoop it up by the foot.
Yeah, by its claw. I'm sure it's just hanging out there.
Like you want to bring it with you.
Yes.
I'm worried about where this would go. Well, maybe picking up an object is your move action, so you could basically deck it and then pick it up.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay. Darun, Tommy just knocked the hawk out and now is clutching in his hand.
Pump my fist. So I know where I saw this arrow come out of this tree.
Yeah, well, yeah, and you see Corda now.
Yeah. So I would like to make I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Can we think 3-dimensionally in a spell casting? I want to cast Entangle on the tree. So, and the tree would basically kind of entangle him. I mean, it's a 40-foot radius. So I imagine doesn't go 5 feet up. It's a 40-foot radius.
Well, it's a 40-foot radius, but on a flat surface.
It doesn't say anything about a flat surface in your spell.
Ooh.
Well, what it says is that
It says the area.
Yeah, area. Yeah, because it says grasses and
Area of
whatever.
effect. It says spell tall grass, weeds, and other plants wrap around creatures in the area of effect. I mean, why can't we think 3-dimensional? Why is the treetop different than the ground if I'm casting a spell
Mm.
in a case of
Mm.
vegetation, like branches and stuff and leaves?
10 years into this game, I don't know if that's ever come up.
Yeah. Well, even with a 40-foot radius, how tall is that? I mean, 40-foot radius, would that be 40? I mean, the radius is what, 5 feet high, 10 feet high? I mean, do they have to have their feet on? I'm asking, part of it is to be devil's advocate, but I honestly want to know. So, I mean, you can make a ruling and I'm fine with it. Just
So my understanding of that spell has always been that radius is a flat radius on the ground, not a like a radius in 3 dimensions. But now I am curious if that spell actually
Because on the side of a cliff, couldn't I cast it on the side of a cliff and it's just going up? It's still a flat surface.
You know what? I'm going to go with the rule of cool. I like it. Now, I am going to force math on you, so you're still going to need to get closer.
100 feet, though.
But you'll have to move closer.
That's a 100-foot range to cast it from, though.
Oh, you want I see.
We'll
You're
cast
not
it on
centering
the
on
tree.
yourself. You're casting it over the
Yeah,
tree.
I'm casting on that area, which is...
So you're going to center it on the tree.
The only thing I would have is Corda would be caught in it.
Yeah.
That's what I would.
Okay.
Because once I saw it from the tree, I would be like, well, Corda's not going to get it, right?
Yeah.
So maybe as a free action, I could say, Corda, come, and then cast Entangle.
All right. Well,
I appreciate the rule cool, and you will be rewarded for it later.
well, I will reward you is I have an animated entangle.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that is cool.
That's
So
a
it's
100 foot is really large, though.
No, 40-foot radius,
40-foot
100
radius.
foot is
Right.
where I can
10,
cast it from.
20, 30. So it's 5 less. Oh, wait, 40 foot radius, not
Yeah,
diameter.
I can radius,
Yeah.
and I can cast it from 100 feet away. That's plus 25 per level. So 125 feet I can be away from it, the area.
So, but okay, I don't want to get into the weeds on this.
Oh, it's an entangle spell. I get that.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that if when you start to translate that from a flat area into that 3 dimension, I think that would change the
Almost like a ball.
Kind of like if you had a carpet and then you were reaching up from under it, it would suck in the edges as you
right,
went up.
and so
Sure.
it would make it a smaller.
I see
It
what
would
you're
make
saying.
it like a cone.
Would I flip it on its side,
Well, it'd be,
going up the side of a tree?
it'd be a sphere
Right.
centered around. So if he centered it at like the base of the tree, it would be 40, it'd be 80 feet. Well, no, it'd be 40 feet up.
Mhm.
But if he centered it, say, at the
Sorry.
middle of the tree, then
Sorry.
basically it'd be a sphere. No, it's fun. This is why we play these games, right? To have math and complex discussions.
Yes,
about
But
the
that's why
minutia
I
rules.
play.
But it wouldn't be like that big of a coverage because now we're doing this area and not just this flat area. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
I'm
I see what you're saying.
I'm not the math
Think of it like a
person.
disc versus
Yeah.
like a ball.
Yeah. If I took a flat thing and then I used it to try and cover,
Well, but the spell actually doesn't specify flat. It just has
Correct.
to be on a
It
surface.
says area. Yeah.
It says area. Right? Obviously, if there's nothing in the air, then it doesn't have an effect there.
In theory, it is
But
always
the
a
tree
sphere.
is an
It's
area,
just-
right? I'm seeing is the tree is an area. So I'm thinking of. I'm not thinking of it. I see
all
how
right,
you're
move
seeing
on
it.
because
Yeah, we'll sort that out.
It's
I
complicated.
think you're wrong, but move
That's
on.
all right. That's all right. We'll make a ruling
This is
now.
a frequent
and
occurrence,
we
but
will-
that's okay.
we will come back to that. So the tree and the area around it is engulfed with tangling roots and branches. And I believe Corda and your assailant get a
Strength check.
Well, it's the initial save to not get entangled, right?
Yes.
What is that?
The DC is a check for it's equal to the DC of the spell. So that would be 1. So that would be 15.
And is it a reflex though?
It says creatures remain the end of creatures that fail their save. It says this fail their saves and take creatures that make their save move as normal. So it doesn't say what save to make here. So I'll go.
I'm pretty sure it's reflex.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll go over.
All right. So he fails his save,
Reflex. You're correct.
Yeah. which means he is entangled.
And I think she failed too. So
All right. So Corda is also entangled. So
she's
that's
not
awesome.
gonna like me, but you know what? She'll forgive me because she's a dog. I mean a wolf.
All right. Awesome. Well,
She does have escape artist, so she
really
can use,
changes this encounter. So Zinnia, the hawk is down and in Tommy's hand, and the trees have gone crazy over there. You see leaves or branches and grass just grabbing at everything.
So, excuse me. Zinnia will fly to outside of the crazy.
whatever.
Oh, but so up to here, it's just grass.
Correct.
So I can fly all the way to here and not get entangled as long as I'm above the.
Right.
Okay. So I will do that. So as long as I'm outside of things that can grab me and entangle me. And hey, I'm gonna just do some more magic missile right at that.
Yeah, as you get closer, you can see a humanoid figure, kind of in the equivalent of camouflage, with a bow, sitting in like a canvas sort of seat up in the tree, and he seems to be just like wrestling against all these things that are grappling at him.
And
Ah.
I can discern that it is a humanoid male.
You give me a knowledge nature. No, I'm sorry. Give me a knowledge local.
Okay. That is a 7.
Okay. You can't make out exactly what he is, but he is like human sized in shape.
But you keep saying he, so
Your true gender. I say he because obviously he is a he, but you wouldn't specifically know he was a he.
but I do now.
Could be a muscular she. A muscular humanoid.
You are a bad person. What are you doing? And I shoot them for 3 points of damage.
All right. With your magic missile.
Yes.
3 points of damage to our villain. All right, Bramble, what do you do?
I will continue to play.
All right. Are you going to kind of stay in the trees? Are you going to move up?
I'll move up slightly, just to be closer to the main part of the group.
So you move up to the group and you're playing inspirational tunes. All right, Trunk, what do you do? The forest is going crazy over there.
It is indeed. We still don't have any like visuals on who's been firing, correct?
You can make out the struggling figure. He's no longer hiding because he's actually actively fighting it. So you basically see this tree branch sort of shaking. And yeah, you can make out a humanoid figure fighting the tree, basically.
Okay. I think I'm just going to approach for now and then hold because
All right.
we'll see how this pans out.
All right, move up to the edge of the spell effect. Tommy.
All right. I would like to walk, and as I pass the folks, I would like to toss the hawk. Just say, eat up, bud. And then just keep heading out, right? So I'll get to move 5-6 spots, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, you basically can safely get up there next to Trunk.
Okay, let's do
And,
that.
I mean, you could go 5 steps or pace past him and still be just out of the area.
What did you do today? Punched a hawk, fed a fox.
Yeah, it's like the circle of life.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would like to ready my spear. I know I can't throw it right now,
Okay.
but can I, or do I have to do that next turn? I think I need to do that next turn
To throw it?
to get it out, to get it ready.
Oh, yeah. If you didn't have it in your hand. So,
No.
yeah. So you toss the hawk out of your hands and then draw your spear.
Yep.
All right. Darun.
I'm going to have Corda come, and so Corda's going to make a escape artist to try to get out. Check. Oh, didn't happen. What's that?
I just realized I skipped its attempt.
Oh, sure.
Sorry, because he was actually right before Tommy. Sorry. He actually gets the option to try to break out.
Strength or escape artist.
Yeah, but that is a full round action.
Yes.
He does not. Okay, so he is angrily struggling
So,
against the branches.
Does Corda get the inspiration too? Is she inspired by music?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what's a D6?
No, you just add this +1.
Oh, so
That's a different game. I know.
Well, she makes the DC barely, but she's free. Well, she can run back. It's rough terrain, I'm guessing. She's coming to me. So
Okay, so you call Corda back.
mm-hmm,
Corda breaks free,
mm-hmm.
and then
she'll come over to here, and then I'll move up and holler, "Drop your weapons, and maybe you'll live. Otherwise, you'll die. I promise that."
ooh,
That's my turn.
getting-
I'm just got my sling out just in case with a couple of stones, and Corda's coming back to me. So that's my turn.
it is getting serious up in here. You guys are not playing around.
Well, I mean, you shot at Tommy.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah. Yep, absolutely. Sure did. Okay, then Zinnia. What
All
do you
right.
do?
Zinnia is going to go ahead and do a jolt this time. So, ranged touch. That's a 12
That hits.
for 2. For 2.
All right. Yeah. So he's now being jolted and restrained, and you can hear muttered curses on the branch.
Oh, and I say, I asked you a question.
He will respond in a guttural voice. I'm gonna bag you up and take you home.
Oh, well, there's my answer. All right.
Well, if this guy wasn't dying now.
And we gave him an opportunity.
Bramble, what you gonna do?
I will again continue to play, but I will, with the rest of the group, inch closer towards the chaos.
You have to be hitting the bridge about right now, right?
Yeah.
Yep. You're kind of in that.
So you can continue to play as a like a move action. So you could. So you're just moving and playing right now.
Yep.
Okay. Actually, I thought you could maintain it as a free action. It was the starting. It was the move action. Pretty sure. Did you want to do anything else? I recall you had a sling.
I do. I don't know. Can I?
Well, I guess you can't sling and.
I was
play
gonna
your
say,
lute,
like,
right?
pull it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
Just need to be able to have something like
Yeah.
All right.
Just, get a sling on the end.
Yes.
And then you
yeah.
can really rock and get it on.
rock. Yeah. Right on.
Wow. Okay.
For those who want to rock.
All right, Trunk.
I'm still not much in the way of ranged, so I will believe. How high up in the tree is he?
He is about 30 feet up.
Yeah, range on this is 30 feet, so
A range on what?
for a spell. So
Oh, gotcha.
um
Yeah, you then you would have to step into the spell effect to get within your range.
I mean, it's just gravity plants. It's not going to hurt. So we'll do that.
All right, so you go striding into the entanglement. Well, you'll have to make your immediate roll.
And that's a reflex save.
Yep.
I think that is a flat 13.
And the DC was 14?
15.
15?
Yep.
Okay, so you basically get into the first space and find yourself basically stuck to the ground.
Rooted to the ground.
Like your namesake.
Like my namesake.
Feel at home.
Which is fine. I still think that I'm now probably close enough to do this. So, and if I'm not, I'm not. And I will point at him and I will cast command and tell him to fall down to the ground, drop to the ground.
Okay, you shout your command. Give me
That is a DC 13 will save.
okay. He passes his will save.
Okay.
I mean, oddly enough, even if he tried, right, he would still be entangled. But yeah,
To be
that's
hanging
fun.
from the tree.
All command
By
does
his
is
feet.
dictate what they have to do for their actions.
Yeah.
So, if nothing else, it would be wasting his turn.
All right. Yeah, so he can't fire his bow. And basically, his only hope right now to be effective is going to be to break out of this. So he's going to glower at Xenia and try to break free of this entanglement. And he does. So he wrests himself free this round of being entangled. Because that is going to be, I believe that's the whole move action, right? The whole action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he cracks free and is standing on the branch, getting his bow ready. And then we're back to Tommy.
Okay. He would be out of the range of my spear. So I'd like to.
Well, you could throw it. Is that what you're talking about?
It's out of the range of that, I believe, as well, if he's 30 feet up.
Well, the way range increments work, I assume it's got what's the range increment on that?
20.
20. Yeah. So what that means is that for the first 20 feet, you're not at a penalty.
Mhm.
The next 20 feet, you're at a -1.
Oh, let's do it.
So you can throw it.
I would like to get it out and throw it.
But you have a +1 because of the to the
Oh,
attack.
So it'll
Inspiration.
just be,
So yeah, you're
there we go.
all right.
So that would be a 16.
That hits. So you just huck your spear out over the open and into your assailant.
Right. For 6 damage.
Oh, yeah, it does it. Yeah, it just smacks into his shoulder and he spins a little bit. He shouts. He's obviously not impelled, but you hear him make a
All right.
noise and he's decidedly hurt.
And then would I be able to glance at the ground and potentially find a rock in the future that I might have plans for?
A rock.
You cast your eyes around the ground and spy a rock.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it for Tommy.
All right, Darun.
Okay, I've got my close enough. I've got my little magic. I'm going to cast magic stone on these pebbles in my sling.
Okay. So you
I cast a spell, so
okay, so what is the
then I get basically I get 3 pebbles and they're magic, considered the
Gotcha.
magic. In my
Okay,
attack, I
so
get +1 to it.
+1 to attack with them.
Yeah.
All right, Zinnia.
I am going to cast Splintered Spear.
Nice.
So that is a 17.
Wow, you guys. Okay, that is a hit.
Oh, by the
Okay.
way, they have to make the save at the end of my turn if he's still in the same area. Creatures that fail their save gain and take creatures that make the save can move more, but those remain in the area must save again at the end of their turn. Okay, so that's if you made your save in the beginning. So
All right. So yeah, he'll have to get out of it.
it's just rough terrain.
Yeah.
Oh, good. So that is 5 damage
Oh my gosh.
plus 1 bleed.
That's a lot of damage. You're just banging on this guy. Okay, and 1 bleed. So he is just yelling out a
That-
litany of
Yeah, that's max damage
yeah,
for me. So, I mean,
foul-tempered language. All right, Bramble.
I'm going to continue playing because it's working so far.
All right, Trunk.
I will cast command one more time, telling him again to fall now that he's free to do so. And I was wrong last time. The DC is 14, not 13.
Okay. Oh, so rude. Okay, I hate this for 2 reasons. 1, that he failed. And 2, that he doesn't have a lot of hit points left.
Yep.
So he basically just steps off the branch like he's stepping off the side of a cliff and free falls to the ground.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that is going to be a 30-foot fall. He isn't going to get to try to save himself on that. He's just going to
Nope.
just falls into the ground. So since he is a medium-sized creature, that is going to be 12 damage.
Ouch.
30
Oops.
I mean, it's probably
1d6.
spongy ground. So you hear a crack, and he's now laying still on the ground.
Was it his bones or the tree?
You think that was probably a bone?
Eesh. Someone's gonna need hip surgery.
Possibly so. Okay. Then he does not get. Actually, he does get to do something here. All right, and then we'll drop. I'm going to still kind of track time, Tommy. I mean, because obviously the spell is still going on. Tommy, what do you do?
I'll turn to Dayrone and say, can you drop this, or is there a way of getting rid of it? And I assume I have to wait for his turn to get a reply.
Well, you can basically, as you can do a speech action, and then you could ready an action for the event that he drops it. So you can ready
Yeah, I would
one
like
action.
to ready the action that if he drops it, I want to go over and wrap this guy up so he can't do anything.
Yeah. So basically, you can ready a single action, so you can basically run over. So if you turn and
Okay.
say, "Hey, can you drop this?" He then gets the option to.
What action is dropping a spell? Is it my full?
It's a standard action, and the spell has to be dismissible. It's an attribute on there. I'm pretty sure that one is.
But I will dismiss it if you're going to allow it.
Okay. So if you dismiss it,
Mhm.
then Tommy,
I
then,
gotcha.
then you can just basically run up next to him.
That's what I would like to do.
All right. Then it would be Zinnia's turn.
So
So yeah, the crazy bramble stuff goes away. Not
okay,
bramble
then
stuff.
I will fly over to where he's on the ground, and I'm going to actually just take my pin and stab him in the eye.
Oh my gosh.
Pixies and fairies, I guess they're different, huh?
Okay. Well, so basically,
See your face, Tommy.
He said he was going to bag me up and take me home. This
okay,
seems
so
appropriate.
so mechanically, what this is you would fly down there and you would pull your pin out, because what you're planning to do is a coup de grace or coup de grace, which is a full round action to kill somebody who's helpless. So you basically have now prepared yourself to do that. So
Would you make more of a dive bomb, though?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like,
skewer his eyeball.
and then just like, yeah.
well, yeah, you would still.
You just tell me how
It's
to
fine.
do it, because I'm
doing it.
You're basically standing on his chest and you've drawn your pen out, clearly getting ready to do something uncomfortable with it. Bramble.
I urge Zinnia to stop. Perhaps we might be able to gather some information from him before we kill him. Yep.
All right. Bramble implores you to think about maybe other means to take out your frustration. Trunk.
I just turn away.
Oh, he doesn't want to see.
From my experience, you don't tell Zinnia not to do something.
Oh, okay. Tommy, it's clear what she's about to do.
Yeah. I would like to maybe just get in the eyesight of Bramble and maybe like just like, or they can't see what's going on. And then
Okay.
I'll give like a thumbs up to Zinnia.
So Tommy's going to just kind of act as a screener
Yep.
for the more innocent eyes, because clearly the fairy is not. Daroon.
I'm going to drop my magic stones and dispel them and go over to Corda and scratch behind her ears. It's my turn.
And now, Zinnia.
Well,
Okay.
I'll ask Tommy. Do we need any information from this guy?
And I don't think so.
All right, then I stab him in the eye.
There we go.
I don't think so.
All right. Now, I know that you don't actually do a lot of damage, but the way this would work is it's treated as if you hit and crit. So you would roll a critical hit. So what
My hairpin does 1 point of damage.
So,
I don't
just
know.
one?
Yeah, that's
That's
it.
the max.
That's yeah. It's
Okay. So because it's a crit, because it's a ×2 weapon, you would do 2 points of damage as you puncture down. And then he would have to make a 10 plus the damage dealt, fortitude save, or die. So he hits a DC 12. It's not very high.
Hopefully he dies. This is going to be so brutal.
What was going to be
Oh, he did.
That's a natural one.
okay,
That is a natural one.
Good.
good for him.
The sound of a popping eyeball. I don't know. Does it sound? Does it pop? An eyeball when you skewer it with like a, imagine like you have one of those little olive swords kind of piercers.
no.
Can you imagine?
It doesn't.
Up to here.
Oh, that's so awful. Oh,
It doesn't pop. It just kind of oozes.
I don't know. I'm asking him. Does the eyeball pop when you skewer it with a little
I know.
fairy weapon?
No, it just kind of oozes. It's just like a very boop, and then it just the eye
When you
juice
see red,
goes
is it glittery as well, or
No.
okay?
Are we effectively
They come,
out of combat?
come.
So I'll take out
Effectively,
my
yes.
handkerchief and I'll be like, you've got, it's like all the way up to your shoulder if you want to clean. There you go. Good job.
Oh my gosh. Unexpected.
I'm just gonna say to Bramble, just don't say anything.
And then
Let's just leave her alone at this.
I would like to pick up the person.
Okay.
What?
No, just the look you gave me.
I don't like, where's this going now?
The fox.
Oh, Corn hasn't eaten for a while.
There we go.
So I am going to ask Bramble, is this normal?
I unfortunately yes.
Okay. I just want to know what to expect, you know.
No, it's not normal. I'm very nice. But I don't like, I'm not a fan of people wanting to pack me up and mount me in their
understand.
homes. That's not okay.
It's not okay.
I mean, he
That is-
did
behavior is
almost
not okay.
kill me.
Yeah.
That is true.
All right. Well, now that you have your assailant in the light, you can see that he is in fact not human.
Oh.
I am sure. Well, you know what? Everybody roll a knowledge local to see if you recognize what this guy is.
I got a 15.
All right. Well, you at least do.
16.
All right. You do also.
I'm loading very.
I am not looking at the dead body.
14.
Okay. You also do.
15.
All right. So everybody that looks at it, you recognize this creature as a hobgoblin.
Oh.
Basically, they are oversized goblins. They're somewhat rare in the world of Tellus. They are different from hobgoblins from other main settings. So they're just basically a breed of superior, larger goblins. They are notoriously dangerous, and clearly this one came from somewhere and has been hunting. So you can loot through his possessions if you so wish.
Yes.
Are they known to be
Yes.
more of a group? Don't they? They're socially, aren't they, in more of a pack, if you would?
So goblins very much are pack creatures, and hobgoblins tend to be leaders of those packs.
Okay.
Why this one in particular has gone solo, or what he's doing here, is a question. And he definitely seems to be out of place.
Is he geared for hunting?
He is geared for hunting.
Okay.
He has a composite bow that it is a medium-sized composite bow, rated for +2 strength. So it's for someone pretty strong. And that's a good quality bow. He also has an arming sword, which is like basically equivalent to a short sword, what people normally call. He has 15 arrows. Do any of you even use bows? Do we have any archers in this group? Everybody's shaking their heads.
I'm a slingman.
No.
That's interesting.
Well,
There's
like
like-
what we can use for martial weapons.
Yeah.
You know, for me, it's a bit.
Huh. Okay. So we don't have any archers. So there's a bow. There's arrows. There's a simple knife, which is a medium-sized 1d3 weapon. He's got a camp kit. He's got some pelts for some other animals that he has already taken. He has a small money pouch with 15 silver coins in it. He also has some half a dozen leather cords that you could use to make crafts. Basically, they're leather strips. They're good utility items. You can make necklace strings. You could make a
Is anybody a leather worker?
you could also use them to do field repairs on your armor and things like that. Very, very useful things. And for anybody that climbs up in the tree, there is an actual tree stand, which is a small, lightweight canvas and board construction meant to allow hunters to sit up comfortably. It's held in place by some rope and a couple of clasps that you could retrieve. It does weigh 25 pounds all in all. So whether or not you want to do anything with that. So he's got some gear. He's well equipped.
Hot call.
Oh, and a hot call. Yeah, sorry. And a hot call.
I'll grab the pelts.
I would take the bow if everyone's okay with that.
The two of us are the only ones strong enough to use it, and I don't know how to use a bow. So
Yeah. So Tommy, yeah, it's a +2 strength bow. So basically what that means is that you get to add, assuming that your strength bonus is a 2 or higher,
Mm-hmm.
you can add 2 of your strength to the damage. Because normally you don't get any bonus to damage.
Mhm.
It's just rated higher.
Okay.
And you are strong enough to use it.
Yeah, I
yeah,
am.
Yeah. So, and there is a quiver, 15 arrows. So it's a nice bow.
I'll take it. I actually can use a bow.
All right, there we go.
So this is a hunter and he's been around. You guys don't spend much time around the lake, right? This is newer area to you. I just don't know if this is common, like he's just trying to survive, or if this is something that they're trying to take over. You know what I mean? Like this person being here, this race being here is not normal, or is it?
Well, you know thus far, basically on regional lore, that there are goblins up in the hills.
Okay.
So he could have come from there the fact that he's come out of the hills, goblins tend to be, they live underground.
Mhm.
Why this guy has come off to be by himself,
Mhm.
to do, how he got here, how he got across the lake.
I mean, you have to travel to where your prey is located. And clearly he was not hunting foxes. That was the trap.
Yeah.
He was hunting fae.
Mhm.
So, yeah, if you...
What
if you-
what is his pelts? Just like fox and bear or?
and they're small game.
Okay.
He's been, what he
Rabbit.
has in his pouch, he's got like half a dozen small animals, some rabbits.
Sure.
Another fox. Probably a couple squirrels, maybe. So, he's been collecting small game, whether or not that is his main prey or not. But if do you also, do you try to do any tracking or searching the area?
Yeah, well, where is he staying, I guess? Or is he travel this far? Because he could be up in the tree stand for all we know, but I don't think that's a place that you'd want to stay overnight.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's pretty easy to find. If you do some rudimentary searching and some tracking, you do find a small camp with a fire ring and things about 20 yards away from where his stand was.
This looks like it's a solo,
Yeah.
though. No more than one track.
Yeah. But there's also, most importantly, a large canoe.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Large enough for all of us?
Possibly. But we'll think about that next week because we have run long again as you vanquished one of the very first deadly foes that's really hurt somebody.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So nicely done. Again, that was a good spell. Because he was not able to
I
continue firing
appreciate
his
you
bow.
using it. I was thinking more of like a linear, like putting it up at his height, almost like the trees were going to then like not so much as like a globe,
Yeah.
but more of like it's at this height and using the trees as the area. But however you want to see it, if anybody out there, I'm sure would be appreciative to hear people's viewpoints on it.
I am going to go and get some viewpoints on that
Yeah.
myself because I've not ruled it that way before.
Sure.
But we'll talk about that next week.
Okay.
So thank you, everybody.
All right.
All right.
See you next time.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed our show and want more, please leave us a rating and review on whichever platform you use. And of course, feel free to share us on social media. We'll be back next week with more adventures in the world of Tellus. To tide you over, you can read more about the cast, characters, and the world of Tellus at AdventuresEdgeRPG.com. And if you're going out on your own adventure, remember the creative use of magic can surprise your foes and GM alike. Stay safe out there.